What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be touching on a problem that many people have. They get so good at throwing round kicks and it's usually to the body when we hold Thai pads, but then they go to spar and they're finding, oh, I keep hitting forearms or biceps or sometimes even elbows, which really hurt. I want to give you guys today 3 tips to open up the body and start landing that shin with bone crushing power to the ribs. Today's episode is sponsored by XMartial. They have the most creative patterns I have ever seen on shorts, rash guards, t-shirts. So much fun. Like, just get eyeballs on whatever you're wearing. And I have a link down below, and with my promo code Gabriel Varga, you are gonna save 10% on any orders you make. Now we are talking about how to start landing to the rib cage when we throw those round kicks. And let's think about every time we do Thai pad work. It's kind of like, okay, round kick, double up. And you think of the height. The height is right around here, but the arms are in the way. So we want to have 3 clever ways. That's what I'm going to give you today. 3 clever ways to start landing here instead of here. And especially when people start double arm blocking, it's not that effective. A good cross block, no problem. I'll take that round kick for days. Throw 1 or 2 down here and I'm going, whoa, I've got to change up my game plan. So the very first thing that you can do is not be offensive. It's not me coming in like, oh, I got to land this kick. It's me waiting for him to be offensive. That is a perfect moment to get that shin into the ribs and exploit them. Why does this work? Well, you wait for them to get offensive. Whenever you throw a punch, you've exposed one side of your body. Now, generally, most people are not confident enough to go, ooh, they're throwing punches. I'm going to do anything other than, oh, shell up. But here's the trick. Everything I'm going to show you today, these 3 little tips are going to help so much, but you got to have the details down. And here's the detail. I wait for this person to attack. As they attack, I lean backwards very slightly. I don't have to switch my feet. That takes extra time. I just stand my ground. I lean back slightly and I throw my round kick. Now, it's what this lead leg does that makes all the difference. Normally when we throw round kicks, it's more us coming around. But on this one, you're gonna crash your shin in. You're gonna leave a bend in that knee. So now instead of them getting hit, but still being able to follow right through because you have a straight leg, they are gonna run right into that upper shin. The harder they attack, the more speed they attack with, the worse this is for him. They rush forward, I tip my head backwards out of punch range, they run in, boom, and I stop them. Boom. That defensive, no switch, lead leg round kick is a great way to start landing to the body. The next way that I want to focus on, which is going to open up those ribs, is to not punch with the opposite arm that you're kicking with. And while this makes great sense for maximizing power, because if I go left hook, I've loaded up my body, now I can unwind that body to get massive power. But if you think about blocking from here and then to there is not as hard because the timing is kind of 1, 2, 1, 2. But if we go off the same side and it's 1, 2, it's kind of like boom, instead of boom, boom. That is much harder to effectively block, and there's more likelihood when you punch off the same arm that you kick with that this person is going to be reaching to parry, or they're going to block high to parry. So sometimes you can even do things like, okay, I'm going to throw a hook, but come a little short. Get them to block, but they're not actually going to catch anything, and then I hit them to the body. I can do it off the left side as well. I switch my feet, whoosh, boom, or a no switch one, whoosh, boom. Opening the body up with that little fake to the head and then kicking off the same leg is a very easy way to land. And while it does not have the same power as opposites, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's less power because at least you are actually landing. And if you land with 60%, is better than throwing 100% and having it just go off forearms. Absolutely better to land flush. The final way that we are going to talk about landing today is using the switch off the lead side. Now, many people are great at a switch kick, but they're going, I can't effectively land. I keep throwing it and they're blocking it. So they decide, okay, I'm going to disguise this with some punches and then do my switch kick. But still, the person's going block, 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 see the switch, boom. So what can we do to make it harder for them to get their arms down and block? We can throw a punch as we switch our feet. So now instead of it being 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3. I use my last punch or my first punch if I'm only throwing one to switch my feet. And now instead of 1, 2, 3, we have 1, 2. And when they start trying to reach to block those punches, which they will, then all of a sudden they're going to be going block. You've already switched. Now your kick's coming up and they're trying to pull their elbow back or their arm back in time. Again, you don't have to do any specific way. It doesn't have to be like I only ever throw one as I switch my feet. It could be 1, 2, 3, and on the final punch, I skip. But you could do it on the first one too. All I need to try and remember is I'm not trying to hit them hard with this. I'm not trying to come in and be like, oh, big power. I don't need that. I could land my first one hard, my second one hard, my third one is just placement to get that reaction, to distract them, to get them to raise their arms. And it's just taking eyeballs off the fact that you did that. That's all. Just time it. Time it. Those 3 tips are going to help you so much. They're going to help you land your round kicks to the ribs instead of the forearms, the biceps more frequently. And that's it. Those are my 3 tips. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. As always, train hard, and I will see you back here soon for another video.